Hello friends, welcome to Triguma Academy. So today we are going to discuss our next session on ServiceNow ITBM. Okay, and first of all I would like to say in this session we are going to discuss the ongoing things related to the ITBM. Okay, ITBM means the various core applications of the ITBM, IT business management. Okay, so if you remember in the last session we have discussed the overview of a ServiceNow ITBM, what is the use, why organizations are preferring the ITBM to automate their business needs, to automate their business processes. Okay, so if you still not watch my last session, I would suggest please watch that particular video so that you will get an overview idea about the ITBM. This is the most demanding application, this is the most demanding module nowadays in ServiceNow. In the market you will get a good compensation if you have a good hands-on experience on the ITPM. Okay, most of the organizations are shifting and transiting from different applications and they are now preferring the ServiceNow ITBM. There are a lot of reasons behind it. Some are strategic reasons, business needs, and because this is the platform where we can customize as per the business need. Without wasting any time, we will continue this session. Okay, if you remember in the last session we have discussed the core applications of a ITBM. Okay, so we have discussed these main core applications of the ITBM, which comes under the project portfolio management standard. Okay, this is the plugin, but this is the standard suite where we are configuring this. But ITBM containing, when I am talking about the ITBM, that means I am going to discuss the project portfolio management. Okay, and also I'm going to discuss the strategic portfolio management. Okay, and their core associated applications also. So basically the main core applications are innovation management, demand management, project portfolio and program management, resource management, time card management, and financial management. So these are the main core applications which are used to track and utilize and automate the ongoing business needs. I believe I already explained this in my last session, and I already informed you, I already uh, guided you how can we install the respected plugins to enable these core application in your personal development instance. Once these core applications are enabled in your personal development instance, then you can do the hands-on experience on it. Okay, so today we are going to discuss the innovation management details. What are the core different tables are installed in our platform after installing the respected plugin. Okay, and what is the use of the particular application and how we are using, I mean how the organization are using. When I am talking about we are using, that means I am talking about on behalf of any organization. Okay, so always build your strategy according to the organization. Okay, because you need to increase your thinking level as an organizational perspective. Okay, this is the leadership, because day by day whenever you are gaining an experience you are going to hold a new position, good position or higher position, where you need to think about as an organizational perspective. This is the leadership quality. Okay, so try to think like that way. So we are going to discuss the different core applications on my personal development instance and what are the different tables we are using for it. Okay, so let me go with the documents which I prepared for you. I hope this is visible to you. Let me little zoom out. So today we are going to discuss the key application and what the purpose. Okay, so innovation management, basically these applications help the organization to capture, evaluate and prioritize the innovative ideas from employee or stakeholders. Okay, and provide a structured workflow for idea submission, scoring approvals and conversion into a demand or project. So basically assume that in an organization around 1 lakh employees are working. Out of 1 lakh employees, we build a one innovation portal, and we can open that portal, let's say, for 15 days or 20 days every quarter. And every employee who have their some innovative thoughts, innovative ideas in their mind, they can submit those ideas through that particular portal. Okay, so we have a particular team, generally organization have a particular team, they can review the ideas, maybe they are more much interested or they are very useful ideas, they can convert into the particular portfolio project or the upcoming demand so that it can proceed it accordingly. Okay, this is how our innovation management is helping. Innovation management is not only limited to for any organizational growth, even for any country, even for the entire world, growth is measured by the research and development. So basically the entire things, any organization base depends on how they are doing the research. Okay, how their R&D team is strong, and how the organization have a innovative ideas to automate the things and serve the end user in a proficient way, in an efficient way, with a good automated processes. So this is the purpose of innovation management. This is a small line definition I have put it here, the reason so you can get a overview of it. So basically I am repeating it again. What is organization innovation management? Helps the organization to capture, evaluate and prioritize the innovative ideas from employee or stakeholders. Okay, and provide a structure workflow for idea submission, and after that the respected person can review and approve and if required then convert into the demand or a project. Okay, so this is the innovation management which plays a very important role in any organization. So let me show you by a diagram also. Okay, assume that there is a one organization, let's say Triguma. Okay, this organization, this is the organization. Okay, this is the organization which has different employees, different level of employees, like some are managers, some are directors, some are vice president, CEO. I mean, different layers we have in an employee hierarchy, right? What we did, we created a one innovation portal. Okay, or we can say the idea portal. Okay, so what we are doing here in an innovation portal or idea portal, this portal, okay, this is a business scenario basically. Okay, assume that this this portal is open for all employees who can submit their new ideas which can helps the organization to automate their processes, business processes, or help the organization to better serve the end user. Okay, so basically this is the purpose of this. Any user who is, any user who is uh, having a access of this portal, they can submit their ideas. Okay, and the particular respected team will review. Okay, this is for the, generally this is the for all employees, all internal employees. Similar similar what we have, similar we have a respected stakeholders. Okay, respected stakeholders. So what is happening for respected stakeholder? Let's say in your organization currently all HR processes are handled by manually. Let's say there is a one portfolio. For now you can understand the requirement for stakeholder. There is a business challenge, not requirement. I would say the business challenge is HR team doing all works manually, which required lot of time consuming process and high budget in high budget. Okay, so this is the basically the business challenge they have. Now what respected stakeholder, what HRSD stakeholder, who are the stakeholder? Basically, let's say the VP of any VP of HR department. Okay, let's say, or anyone can be. Okay, what is HR stakeholder is doing? They can submit, they can submit the idea on innovation portal and related to related to automation of HR activities. Okay, automation of HR activities which automate the entire HR processes. Okay, so this idea has been submitted by the stakeholders. Now what stakeholders are doing? Okay, when this idea is submitted, when this idea is submitted, what is happening after submission of idea? After submission of idea, what is happening after submission of the idea? After submission of idea, the respected particular team is going to review it. Okay, that we will discuss in a later part when we are discussing the hierarchy and the various different stages of the ideas. But my purpose is this, my purpose is only to help you to understand that how the innovation portal is working. Okay, generally these innovation portals are used to provide the ideas to the top management. Okay, this is the, in the single term I can also say, mm, I would say this is the place, this is a single place where we can submit our ideas or thoughts to improve the ongoing business and make our make our voice change the environment. Okay, this is a single place where we can submit the ideas and it can make a change. So basically that's why we are using the, that's why we are using the innovation portal. Okay, I hope it is clear to you. Okay, I am repeating it, I am repeating you again. Basically, innovation management help the organization to capture, evaluate and prioritize the innovative ideas. So who can submit the ideas? Any employee, any internal employee or stakeholders can submit their ideas, and there is a particular team who can review the idea, who can approve the idea, and then it can convert into the portfolio, program, then project, and it can help us to automate the end users. Okay, or help automate the business processes. This is the purpose of a innovation management. In deep we are going to discuss the innovation management. We will take a separate session on it, when we are going to discuss the different tables, what are the different tables are used in innovation management, and what are the different state when user is going to submit the idea. I mean the review state first, in some after submit it is a draft state, then it is going to the review state, then approval state, then it is going to be implementation state. So this is how similar like a incident, change, problem, and in respect to HR case management, everything has a, it goes through the workflow or a different state. Similar idea innovation management also has a different level of stage. Okay, so we will discuss it when we are going to demonstrate you. but for now I hope in a very easy language I have explained you what is the purpose of innovation management and why this is so important for any organization while we are talking about the ITBM processes. Okay, now we are going to discuss what are the main core applications, oh sorry, what are the core tables in innovation management. Okay, so we already discussed about the innovation management, and under the innovation management these are the three tables which are most important tables. Okay, first is called as the idea. Okay, the table name is idea. Idea portal basically used to store all submitted ideas from the different users. Okay, whether these ideas can be submitted by the stakeholders or any respected end users, they can submit the ideas. Okay, so idea table is the main core table which is used for capturing, storing all submitted ideas. Okay, then we have a second is idea categories. The backend name of that table is idea underscore category. Okay, idea underscore category, basically this table used to categorize the idea, because whenever idea is going to submit we need to differentiate the idea. Let's say some users submitting the ideas based on the finance automation, some people are submitting the idea based on the HR processes, some people are submitting the idea risk compliances, some are submitting the idea on the support things. I mean, so we need to categorize the idea so that the particular team, the respected application owner can work on that particular thing. Okay, so second the most important table is the idea underscore category. Third one is idea scoring, idea underscore score, and then idea underscore criteria. Basically you can compare the idea underscore criteria table. Similar, we have a user criteria, we can utilize accordingly. Just you can, for the comparative purpose, you can use that. Okay, so what is these two different tables are doing, these storing the scoring value and the criteria applied, what are the different criteria applies to the different ideas. So these are the main three core tables which is used by the platform. Okay, I'm repeating you again, what are the three main tables here. Okay, three three main tables three main tables are, first is idea table. Okay, idea, that means this table used to store all submitted ideas. Okay, this is the first table. Second is idea underscore category. Okay, this table is used to categorize the ideas. Okay, then we have a third one. The third is idea underscore score, or either the another is idea underscore criteria. Okay, this is used for the scoring purpose. Okay, this is used for scoring purpose and idea criterias. Okay, so you can compare the idea criteria like a user criteria. Okay, so these are the main three tables which are used for the purpose of defining the ideas categories, measuring the score, defining the criteria, and storing all criteria. So basically this table, I mean the idea table is act as the centralized process. Okay, this table is act as a centralized process for all ideas which can be submitted by the user. Okay, so these are the main core criteria of a table. Okay, and idea category is defining the different categories. So I believe all three tables and their definition and the purpose of these tables is clear to you. Okay, now let me go to my personal development instance to demonstrate you how innovation management, idea management is playing an important role, and we are going to discuss how we are utilizing these three main core tables, and we'll see is there mapping and other related items. So I have logged into my personal development instance, okay, and I believe all of you enable your personal development instance and install the respected plugin which I have already shown you in my last session. If not, then I would suggest just right away please enable your personal development instance and install the respected plugin so that you can do the hands-on experience. Without hands-on experience, there is no possibility that you can get a good knowledge on it. Okay, so I already log in my personal development instance, and this is my PDF where I have already installed the respected plugins which are related to the ITBM. Okay, so now what we have learned about the ideas. Okay, so I am going to search the idea. When I search on the left side navigation bar as an idea, you can see three things are visible to me. Okay, idea portal, idea category, and the configuration which I can do. But before that, I would like to continue to show you the first three tables. Okay, so the what is the first table name? Idea. Okay, this table this table stores all ideas which are submitted by the end user, stakeholders, or any person. Okay, this is the centralized place. This table is the centralized place where all ideas are stored. Okay, so for the reference purpose I am opening the first idea to see how the idea is going to be visible. Okay, so basically this idea is submitted by this user Nathania Phoenix. Okay, and what was the title? What is the title? Add checkout option for mobile version. Okay, this is the out of the box demo data I have loaded, so that's why some ideas are already visible in my instance. So make sure whenever you are installing the plugin you can load the demonstration data for the understanding purpose. Okay, so in the idea description the user is mentioning in the mobile version of a travel app should have a feature that will allow remote checkout. Okay, that would provide lot of convenience to the customer and let hotel staff know when they can serve a room. Okay, so this is the requirement. This idea is submitted by the person, and you can see there are the different states. You know, in the last sessions where I have providing the training on the HR incidents, every cycle, every table has the own cycle. Okay, the states, similar idea also have a different state: submitted, need more information, review, backlog, plan, development, complete, duplicate, already exist. So these states can be increased or decreased as per the organization structure behavior. Okay, but these are the out of the box states which I have shown you here. So this idea is came and placed. So now if you want to create any task, you can create the task and associate it with this idea. So basically this is the main centralized place, the idea table where we are storing the ideas. Okay, I hope it is clear to you how we are using it. Okay, now the second thing is we are discussing about the category. Okay, so if you remember the category, idea category, so here we are defining the different categories. Currently these are the 5 categories in my idea table, like a process improvement, product enhancement, compliance, or new product development. So let's say I am opening the process improvement. Let's say any existing project is going on, any process is already implemented, we want to improve it. So we can see, okay, this is the category. That means those idea are mapped and associated with this category. It aligned to the different, I mean the process improvement plan. Here we can define the who is the parent, I mean which idea, which is the parent of it, if it is a child, and it is related to which module. We can also define the idea modules also. So this, so what we discussed, first idea table is used to store all submitted ideas, idea categories are used to differentiate and define the idea based on the behavior. And third, we are going to use the idea module. Okay. Basically, idea module mean who can submit the idea. Let's say in our case, internal employees. In some organization we are also taking the output from the external vendors also, so we can define the modules like external vendor, or we can also like stakeholders for a particular application, or the APM or the technical owners. So based on the module we can see the idea differentiation also through the categorization and the module also. Okay, this is, we can say, the above of the module hierarchy level we are doing that. Okay, now the most important thing is how can we submit the idea. The first now question is came, how can we submitted the idea. Okay, how can we submitted the idea. So there are two things to create an idea. Okay, two things to create an idea. First thing, through the idea portal. So I have told you there is the out of the box portal is coming. This is the out of the box portal where we can submit the ideas. Again I am saying this is the out of the box, we can customize as per our business need, but this is the idea. Okay, this is the idea portal. Now I want to submit a new idea. Assume that I am a end user, okay, and I have a improvement plan, process improvement plan. Okay, so I am giving the idea. Title is HR process automation. Okay, HR process automation. Okay, so already you can see related idea is this employment verification. That means one idea is already there, but I want to submit the fresh one, HR process automation. Category, we can see, if you remember, in the category we have seen these five categories. These are the idea categories which we have seen from here. I am showing you again. You can see under the idea category these are the five categories names which are same visible here. Okay, so I am taking as a human resource or employee engagement, and in the description I am showing this is idea or innovation management demonstration to my lovely ServiceNow audience. Okay, where I am submitting this idea to automate the HR processes of this organization. Okay, then I just provide the description. If I have any attachment I can submit it, and you attach the attachment, then I am going to create. When I click on the create button, it will automatically submit the idea, and I will get a okay, information that your idea has been successfully submitted. State is open, state is submitted. Okay, so I can see the idea has been submitted and there is a one view. So if I want to edit or open in platform, I can do that because I have admin right. That's why if I click on here, it will help me to open the idea. Okay, now I'm again going to here and I'm opening the idea main table where all ideas are showing. You can see this idea 1001 HR process automation has been created. Who is submitted? System administrator has been submitted. You can see the same description whatever we have pulled there, it is fetched here and the state is submitted. Now assume that we want to create a task for this. Okay, now we can click on the create task. So after reviewing, okay, let's say before going to create a task, let's change the state to the review state. Okay, because need more info under review. I just submitted it because whenever idea is came, we set under the review state because it takes some time to review the things from internally from a manager. In this phase we can also modify the workflow that we can send for a review or approval to the one peer, let's say to my manager or the respected person. Okay, now what we can do here, we need to, after the under review, let's say reviewer approve it, and after that we want to open a, we want to create a task for it. So let's say we can create a task, any type of task. Let's say we can create the demand for this, we can create the project, or whatever we want to do it, like any particular task. For in our case, I am creating the demand for it. Okay, when I click on the demand, you can see the demand has been created, already created, and the task is mapped with this. Okay, and the state is automatically changed to the in backlog state. If I open this demand, you can see the basic information which I have put it in the idea itself has been captured and copied from idea to the demand itself. You can see the name is same, and the description is coming from the idea itself, and the other things. Demand I will discuss it later, because we still not learn about the demand, how the demand process is working. But for the purpose, understanding purpose, I have shown you how the idea is working. Okay, I mean, we can submit the idea through the portal. Okay, through the portal. So the answer is this: we can submit the idea via idea portal. Okay, who can submit the idea? Who can submit the idea? Any person, any employee, any internal employee can submit the idea. Okay, so the another way, we can also create the idea via classic view. That means the person who has a role, particular role, they can submit the ideas and through the portal. Let's say I am an admin, I have an option, I can click on new, and I can also submit through the classic view also. Okay, so let's say I am submitting the new idea from the classic view. Now let's say this is this idea submitted by classic view of ServiceNow. Okay, and submitted, and this idea has been submitted by classic view of ServiceNow. Thank you. So I click on that submit button, and you can see the idea has been created classic view. You can see this has been created by the classic view. Now what we have learned in this session, four major things we have learned. The first, how the ideas are created. Okay, second, we have discussed about the different idea categories. Okay, then we have learned about how the idea modules are working, and score and criteria is also the main part. Okay, so now I will show you the score and criteria. Idea underscore score dot list. If I put here, sorry, this is not existing, just a minute. I think in the configuration is here. Hi friends, one correction here. Idea score and idea criteria tables are not available in our latest Zurich version. These has been deprecated, and scoring field has been added in the main core table of idea. So here, if you have an older version, then maybe you are able to see it, but my instance in the latest version on the Zurich, that is the reason. So if you want to see the score in the configuration form design, there is a outgoing scoring. Okay, there is a one field which help us to see the score. Before that, let me show you. This is the idea table. Okay, you can see there are 96 fields are there, and this table is extend with the same, I mean, this is the idea table, not extending from any, but here you can see the score. This is the integer value. Okay, and it is taking the 40. So if you want to see it, you can see the score. Okay, and I am just putting here the before the duplicate, and I just save it. Okay, Now I can see on the form design, I'm reloading the page, and I believe now I can see the score. You can see currently there is a zero score. Okay, but this is how earlier we have a separate dedicated table for this, but now they are calculating the score under the same, and the I will tell you in the coming sessions how the score is calculating. We can build a one script which automatically calculate the score. Okay, let's say if I am doing in development stage, or I just save it, currently no score is going to be changed, but in the later part when we customize it, the score is automatically will be changed as per the business requirement. Okay, so for now what have learned till now? We have learned the basic 4 5 things which are related to idea. Okay, first I am repeating quickly again. First is the idea. Okay, let me open the chart. First we have discussed the innovation portal and the idea portal, from where user can submit the ideas. Okay, and any internal employee can submit the ideas. Second option, second thing, we have discussed the main core, repository or the place where all ideas are storing, which is the idea table. Okay, second is the idea category. Then score, I have told you this is deprecated, but now score is calculating based on the main table. Fourth, idea modules also we have discussed. Okay, who can submit the ideas? Stakeholders or the internal users of any organizations can submit the ideas. So this innovation portal plays a very important role. One last thing which I want to discuss with you, where we are working on the idea management, we have an option to category configuration. So this is the out of the box. We can also categorize the ideas. Okay, and we can assign to the particular person. Okay, I mean defining and routing purpose it is basically used. Okay, so we can define the idea category configuration also. Now rules, now I will also give you the idea about the roles which also plays an important role for this idea module or innovation module. Okay, on the idea table, there are three basically main roles. First is the idea admin, I mean the person who can edit, modify or submit anything and control the entire innovation application. So it's called the idea management admin. Okay, so how you can check it? You can just go to the roles. Okay, and click on the user and groups roles. Here you can see I can already submitted idea manage admin. Admin means the user with this role have create, read, update or delete access. Okay, on the main core table will have a admin level of access. Idea manager can be managed through idea management. Okay, the person can manage the entire ideas. And the idea manager professional convert idea into the entitled demand project. This is how I already shown you how we can create a task. Okay, so these are the three main core roles: idea admin, idea manager and the idea manager professional. Okay, so we can also create a custom roles for handling the application in case your business requirement is differ. But these are the main out of the box roles which plays a very important role in idea management. I hope I have explained the innovation management, idea management for you with a very basic terminology, very basic idea and the real-time scenarios. So I believe you enjoyed the session. If you like it, please share with your respected colleagues, your social network, to reach more and more people. And please hit a subscribe and like, comment and share. Thank you so much.